Tonight, hey, brother, can you...
You are listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
The potato peelings in the sink did not turn into vodka as I had hoped. I only start to need a drink after the liquor stores have closed. I heard you changed your name again, but don't you change your hair. It was the only thing I liked about you in the end. La la la.
Happy New Year, people. It's the Doug Stanhope Podcast, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve day. It seems like New Year's Eve morning, but it's 3 in the afternoon. It's 3:15. And we're here with Joby, who runs the Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool.
Hola.
The brainchild. And, of course, Brett Erickson standing in for the absent Greg Chaley.
Hello.
Producing. And our good friend Hack Oddity all the way from Nottingham. Is it like Tottenham? Or do you say
Nottingham?
Nottingham, yeah.
All right, you get the G in there?
Yeah.
All right. Eat the mic.
Eat it.
Eat the mic.
Nom.
Yeah, this is this your third or fourth time out here? We've known Hack since fucking forever, since the message board days, since when I went to the message board.
Yeah.
Since the Death Valley parties.
Right.
Yeah, he had told me a story about you guys meeting, and you had never met him before and invited him, or he just showed up at the desert.
No,
party.
I was just fucking fanboy. I messaged you asking if you were going to come play over in England, and you messaged me back and fucking ended up talking. And you just invited me over to the desert party.
You were like 20 years old, too.
21, yeah.
Yeah, you still looked like you were 30. So,
yeah, I'm assuming you sort of assumed I wasn't going to turn up, which is why the invite came.
oh, no, at that point, yeah, anyone weird enough to fly that distance was welcome. Now there's too many weird enough to come this far. But I like the fact that you come and you stay with Joby. You don't even bother me when you come here. You don't even tell me. I find out, oh, yeah, Hack's coming over. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's great. He's got a place to stay. So you get to, especially around, holidays and football all going on at the same time. And I don't like being alone but I hit an immediate wall of, all right, company. And then one day you're like, everyone get the fuck out of my house.
That's why I always leave at 6 a.m. whenever I stay.
Yeah. But as Bingo went to Mexico for 3 or 4 days. And I was going to, I can take off between Christmas and then I go, why would I give up a chance to be alone on my own couch with nobody to frown upon me watching 18 hours of Netflix? And then as soon as Bingo leaves, fucking Hennigan shows up. Like, it's almost like they tagged coming out of a wrestling ring. Like, don't leave him alone for a fucking second.
That would be the worst tag team wrestling combination in the world, by the way. Brian Hennigan and Bingo.
Hennigan, don't worry. Hennigan and Chad Shank are here, but they'll be on next week's podcast that we'll be taping in an hour and 15 minutes. That'll go out next week. It'll all be from 2014, and you'll get it whenever. And Hack, you go, how does he even have the money to come over this often? But this time, Whiplash.
Yeah.
You get a fucking nice Whiplash lawsuit.
Driving back from the airport from last time I came over here, and just sat in my car, just chilling, listening to the radio, and the next thing I know, I'm just waking up sort of over the steering wheel.
Wait, you're sitting in your car like in traffic?
Just in traffic, yeah, just on the fucking motorway on the way home, and just next minute coming to. like glass everywhere, and look in my mirror, and there's just like an articulated 16-wheel truck just like behind me, inside the car behind me, and the car behind me had just disappeared.
What does articulated mean?
Like, oh, like big
Hinged.
Yeah.
You know, like a jackknifed.
Well spoken.
All right. Well, you don't fucking come on my podcast and in my country and start throwing around big words when I'm too beers.
It was a well-spoken truck.
Thank you.
Easy.
So he rear-ended you in total. It
rear-ended-
wasn't even your car.
No, like brand new, like 3 months old, brand new Audi A3, straight off the shop floor, like 200 miles on it, and yeah, just written off completely.
And it was your boss's
It was
car.
my boss's car. Yeah, it was the company car that he bought me. So yeah,
And this is the part that will hurt every American listening. You got a settlement after for Whiplash for how much money?
like 3,200, 3,300. Yeah.
They haven't learned to litigate over there like we do. Like that's a part-time job to a lot of people. It's like, or it's just in every American's periphery. I get rear-ended. I slip and fall in a supermarket.
I get a hangnail and I can
Like,
blame it on somebody.
It's like a scratch ticket. You're like, oh, I got 3 cherries. I won. So yeah, you would have cleaned up over here, but it paid for you to come over here. What was the last time you were with Joby?
Yeah. July.
July, yeah.
And you guys, you have you went to Vegas. I remember that because I blew
spent
that off.
4 or 5 days in Vegas and
Yeah.
stay at the Palms and had a great time. Yeah, that was don't remember much. It's a little spotty, but taught him how to play roulette. And
Yeah, won some money on roulette, like doubled up.
Hack's a good guy to get stories with.
should we launch into that one?
Well, no, I was just him coming down here. You know, there's somehow he will find trouble and bring it over.
Well, he's a magnet for it. It's trouble and weirdness is drawn to him wherever you go.
Magnet, literally, in that. I remember the first time you were here. There was a party, but there was always one cluster circle in either the little house or the fun house of people trying to get in line for the next line of crushed up Adderall or Ritalin.
Ritalin.
He just went over to Mexico and just because it's hard to find real drugs, so you made some forays into town.
Yeah, I filled my socks full of Ritalin and came back across the border and managed to avoid getting searched because the guy who was doing the searching was like had family in England and liked my accent. So,
Filled my socks sounds like an English saying, like a metaphor for something. You know, I filled my socks.
We filled our
No,
socks
it's
on
literally
that, didn't we?
filled your socks with Ritalin.
really,
Which you probably didn't have to do because you can legally bring up to 30 pills over.
yeah, we bought more than 30 pills.
All right, I got you. Yeah, so you think you go, I gotta make sure he's okay. Is everyone No, he's already made more fun happen. You don't have to worry about Hack. He's on top of it. So you guys said, what was your Vegas story? Because I know the one that we had from the desert party, but I'll let you go first.
All right, we were first day in Vegas. We had this in our mind that we wanted to find the shittiest strip club.
Larry's Villa.
The shit, yeah. What?
I don't
Just
know if it's
we
still
didn't know
there,
it yet, but some shitty strip club, the shittiest one Vegas had to offer, and the nicest one. So we wanted nothing in the middle. We wanted to go both extremes on the spectrum, and sitting at a bar in the Palms, and we start talking about it, and these 2 guys chimed in, and I can't remember the name of the place.
Was this the shitty one?
Yeah, the shitty one.
It was like hot girls.
Yeah,
or
it was like something like that.
warm
And
girls. I was like
moist girls or something. And
something like
Clammy. Clammy girls.
these guys,
Clammy ladies.
these guys chime in. They say, if you're looking for the shittiest strip club Vegas has to offer, go this place. All right, so
straight on Yelp.
we yelped it out, and the
quarter
reviews are
star.
awful. It's just
That's perfect.
The walls are, coated in 30 years of cigarette smoke and shame, and it stinks when you go in. And perfect. Yeah, let's go there. And so we did.
Yeah, so we rolled up.
Nailed
it. Yeah, so we rolled up to this strip club. We pulled up outside, went in, and the second you walk through the door, it's just dark. Like
And
no
sad.
lights, nothing. The only thing you can see is the bar.
No
Like,
music.
No music, nothing. Complete silence. Nobody else in there apart from one old guy sat at the bar with a beard, just like
Video
habitually
poker.
playing video
Yeah.
poker. And then the like sort of semi-hot, chunky barmaid,
Right.
like
Midwestern,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And so we sit down at the bar, order a drink, and obviously there's no women. So apart from the girl behind the bar, so we ask where the girls are, and she's
We have one. What?
What time of day is this?
This is like 5, 6 o'clock at night.
yeah.
All right.
She says, "Yeah, we've got one." And then she kind of
She's
like
taking
blows
a
it.
shit. Hold your horses.
and yeah, then she goes back to making our drinks and
Yeah.
whoa, no, yeah, you
Get her out here. Where the fuck is she? So she comes out, and she comes out of this back room that's like a little corner office, like behind the bar.
I thought you were gonna say the bartender finishes pouring your drinks and then gets on stage. All right, she comes out.
So she comes out. She's wearing this like thrift store dress, like
Flower
a sundress that's like 2 sizes too big for her. It's like open at the back, and she's got these like high heel boots things on,
combat boot
that were
with
like
high heel looking thing.
open and dragging along the floor behind her.
I can
Like,
see Bingo in this. Go ahead.
Yeah. She wore like long hair, like crack hot maybe.
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's
little-
methed out hot.
Yeah.
If that's a thing.
Yeah, it
And
is.
she walks up to us. The whole time she's walked up to us, she's got a hand like next to her head, and she's arguing with someone on a Bluetooth headset. She's like, "Fuck you, rah, fuck you, Dad, fuck you."
Doing a little spin in front of us as she's
Yeah, like raging.
Bluetoothing on stage.
No, not even on
even
stage
on-
yet. Yeah.
it's not even on stage.
On her way to the stage.
Yeah, so she's just going fucking crazy arguing, sort of takes a second away from it to talk to us, like does a little twirl, walks past us, and then disappears. And she just fucking vanishes again back into a little fucking corner office. And so we asked the bartenders, like, well, where did she go? She says, she probably didn't think you guys were friendly enough.
Bring her out. Yeah. Come on now.
Okay, bring her back. Get her back out here. So I think her name was like Julie or something, I want to say. So she brings her back out, and I asked for a dance, and she's like, okay, come with me. So we go round the corner behind the bar, and it's this completely, you can't see my hand in front of my face, like dark. She sits me in this leather chair, and the first thing she says is, "Oh, we've got no music." So I don't really know what to do.
God damn it! I
So-
wish you knew the name of this place.
Yeah. So I got I got it. I got this covered. I got it. So I get my cell phone out and have a look through and play "I Like Dirt" by the Red Hot Chili Peppers on speakerphone,
Just so he could rub it in my face later.
Yeah.
Joby, for the record, hates the Red Hot Chili Peppers with every vein in his body. So so that's the only thing he can hear.
Yeah. So she starts dancing to this, like, you can barely like hear it, but it's playing.
It's through a phone.
Yeah, it's through a phone, and she's dancing, and it's like dance by numbers. She's like, she stops, does the butt wiggle, and then like really jerkily stops, turns, and then does the leg up on the thing, and it's all like the most contrived, just really sort of simplistic, like she's just come out of stripper academy and it's her first gig. And this is terrible. So I get another dance, obviously.
Yeah, he doubles down. He doubles down on
so,
that.
like, it cost me like $80. Like the whole time she's doing this, all the way through both dances, she's raging, like, but then it goes quiet.
Still talking on her
and
headset.
But then she goes like quiet. She's, I don't even like, but I didn't even like him that much. Ah, fuck you! And she's like changing up. She's angry, and then she's like pensive, and then she's up and down. And then the whole time, I'm just sat there thinking, I need to know what's going on with this conversation. It's insane. So we finish, and I pay her. She walks away. Go back and sit at the bar.
He sits at the bar, and I say, "How was your dance?" And he looked at me and didn't answer, then looked at the bartender and said,
I told the bartender, what the fuck, what, who is she talking to? What's going on in her life right now that's causing all this? And the bartender just looked at me, kind of cocked her head to the side slightly sadly, and just, she's not got a Bluetooth headset.
She doesn't have a Bluetooth headset.
No, she's just covering her ear and talking to herself the whole
She's
goddamn
just
time. And it's
insane.
That's gonna be one of the best stripper stories ever.
and we look at
Job
each other
done.
immediately
That's
and
it.
like high five. We're like, we found it. We found the shittiest place, and it's called Foxy Girls.
Foxy
Good.
Girls.
You
There it is.
You just
Yeah.
looked it up. Beautiful.
Foxy Girls
Foxy
in
Girls.
Vegas. You
What's
gotta
the
go.
address?
Address
Should be Foxy
is
Girl.
3013 South Highland
Technically.
Drive, Las Vegas.
All right.
So Foxy Girls, shout
Foxy
out. But
Girls.
But we
Yes.
found it. We were so happy that we found the weirdest, shittiest strip club.
That's
and-
the problem with the weird ones is because I would never go into a platinum whatever or spearmint fucking this and that
right.
because it's just a ripoff. But the bad ones are fucking hilarious. The problem is when you walk in and you're the only guy. When you can't sit in the back with your friend and laugh because they're right there looking at you because you're the only.
You can't watch the movie. You're in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't critique it. You're gonna star in that piece of shit.
Well, a couple of years, I don't know, 3 years or so ago, I took you to the Surrey Gulch in Sierra Vista. Now that's a Thursday night only. It's a whiskey bar. They have one
It's
night
a biker bar.
biker bar, one night.
Sierra
a week.
Vista is like 30 miles from here where Joby lives.
Yep. So they have the worst strippers ever. It's not erotic at all. They've got stab wounds and missing teeth, and they're 6 months pregnant.
The one that we saw, like, I think her belly hung about an inch lower than her tits.
Yeah.
Like, there was like a slightly bigger overhang.
Oh, it was.
And
yeah.
this is right outside the gates of the base.
Yes,
Fort
yeah,
Washington.
within walking
Yeah.
distance of the gates, and took him there, took Hack there. Just hey, let's I got to show you this, and the look of terror on his face, the first couple, was amazing. And then you got to loosen up on this, man. You're not here to get a boner. This is not this kind of deal. We got another one down the road for that. This is just for fun. And after a while, he kind of like shook it off, and he's like, okay, I can get in the moment now.
I've been too scared to ever go in there, but I'm old now. I'm scared of everything. But yeah, that looked like
Yeah,
definite-
it's pretty rough.
the broken bottle stabbing,
Yeah,
that
Yep.
kind of place, which probably happens.
yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
get to the
so-
police beat in a bit. But after one of the Death Valley parties. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Brendan Walsh used to do that as a gag with the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
He had a Bluetooth, and he came to one of the Super Bowl parties, and it wasn't hooked up to anything. He'd just have it in his ear, and he'd bait you into a conversation and just say, so what are you doing this weekend? And you go,
Yeah, just nothing, hanging out. With
hang
family.
on, some douchebag's talking to me. So he'd look at you and bait you into a conversation, then go straight to the Bluetooth, and then awkwardly like walk over you unnecessarily. When he could go around, he'd like walk over your chair and push you out of the way so he could get outside to finish his fake conversation.
Yeah,
Which
it
was
really good.
reminded me of when it was the year Walsh went a little tits up at the party.
Oh, that was
Was that the
amazing.
same year
That
as
was the
Vegas?
same.
There was a lot of they blend together,
Yeah, they do.
but that was a lot of bullshit. But you guys were staying in Vegas before or after,
Yeah, we
The
were staying
desert party.
before and after. Yeah, and
and you were at Pringles, Joey Pringles.
we ended up at Tommy Rockers for a few beers
Yeah.
afterwards, and got soused, and then
You don't go to Tommy Rockers for a few.
No.
you go to die.
Yeah, and we decided to walk to the Rio from Tommy Rockers, so we didn't know how to do this.
It's not a long walk, but there's no sidewalks.
Well, we didn't follow
It's like
the
trying
side.
to cross a highway, basically.
You do
we
have to
didn't do
cross the
any of
freeway.
that. We went as the bird flies, and we ended up like climbing through this fence and then getting down onto these disused train tracks, and like on the middle of these train tracks.
That's
there was-
right by Industrial Road.
Yeah, that's right. And there was like this dead chicken in the middle of the train tracks with like Mexican paraphernalia around it, like someone had a fucking seance.
Voodoo.
Yeah.
What you want to do to get to the Rio is you go down to the Voodoo, cross the train tracks.
Take a left at the dead chicken.
Why did the chicken cross the tracks?
Why?
It didn't.
Good halfway there.
So yeah, we get out of here, we climb up another fence, over a wall, like we all scrape ourselves and tear our clothes, and we're looking disheveled at this point. We get to the Rio and we're all walking. Joey Pringles is with us, who, if you don't obviously know him, is he was a chunky guy back then, big belly, like big man titties, like, and we walked into the Rio. We all walked through the door.
I only remember Joey Pringles. He was always he was a friend of a friend. So I saw him every year. He was like a fringe element.
Me sticks.
I remember tripping our ass off.
He looked like the son of an Elvis impersonator.
He did, exactly.
You know, he had like a 50s pompadour
late
haircut
Once
and some.
twice removed.
Yeah, like it's genetically in him to be an Elvis impersonator, but he's not into it anymore.
There was one morning, one of the most vivid mornings ever was with you're dressed up. Brett Erickson is dressed up as Abe Lincoln, and the sun is coming up, and we're still all going. We're about 5 or 6 of us walk out into the desert for I don't know. Watch the sun come up. Like it wasn't going to come up. Maybe watch it come up quicker so we can be closer.
We need to be
to
40 yards closer to it.
But you're dragging this fucking heavy ass full cooler of beer out into the middle of the desert. No reason. He's Abe Lincoln. Everyone is dressed like an asshole, and we stumble into Joey Pringles in the desert as though he might have been lost.
Yeah.
And he had this look of like the horror in his
Yeah,
face.
desperation.
And he kept saying, the nettles. The nettles. He had evidently fallen into some cactus thing. He couldn't get all the little tiny nettles out of his skin. And
he'd been wandering around in like big circles.
Yeah.
Just trying to pull them
that's
out
all he
and
could
murmuring
say.
to himself.
It's like he'd been waterboarded for 18 hours. And he's just trying to tell you what you want to hear. So that was how I remember Joey Pringle.
Yeah.
So you're battered and bruised, having crossed.
And walking into the Rio, and as we walk into the Rio, we just hear this like smash, just this like smash as we walk in. We look
Car
to the,
crash.
Yeah, and we look to the side expecting to see something terrible, and we see Joey stood bolt upright in front of this pane of glass next to the main entrance of the Rio, and it is shattered at head, belly, and fist fucking side. Like as he's just walked face first into it, shattered the entire piece of glass, like but with the special little bits where his belly and his
What
face.
you would
in
assume
it.
is a sliding glass
Yeah.
door to a main entrance of a casino was not at all.
No, and yeah,
It just rained down.
and then the second it happened, you just saw the security scramble inside, and they were on us in like 5 seconds. And at this point, I had like a bag of weed in my pocket that I could smell walking outside. There was people had like 8 balls on
Socks
it.
filled with Ritalin.
Yeah, there was.
I know how you roll.
We had enough drugs between all of us to have a really bad time.
Yeah, Vegas
To
they
break
don't
a lot
fuck
of
around with
windows.
drugs.
Yeah. But so the security guys came and grabbed us, and they took Joey, and I think I want to say like Wilkerson maybe, or
I thought there was a lady too.
yeah.
Was it Monkey?
Oh,
Lulu Monkey?
yeah, possibly
Maybe.
Lulu. And they took him off to the security room and took him away. They took us to one side and were asking us questions, and everybody was just shitting themselves and thinking, "Yeah, we're done. This is night in the cells, and I'm gonna have to call a lawyer in England." This is
Usually when you're that drunk, you try to over-explain things.
Yeah.
You go back, hang on. I flew over here 10 days ago.
Yeah, and it turns
I'm
out.
sorry, my buddy's shit-faced. He walked into a window. Maybe you should make it. Maybe it's your fault. Maybe
It should
Yeah,
be
well,
more
this is-
opaque.
this is
if
what
you
it-
were
yeah.
sober, you
Yeah, but
had
that's
a
how
great
it
lawsuit.
turned out. Is that all they wanted
You're not
to
good
do?
at this suing people thing, are you? Your friend has been overserved by the Rio so badly that he walks through plate glass windows and there's going to be no recompense? I want to see the general manager, sir.
In England, he'd have gotten a settlement.
Yeah, but all they wanted to do
$35
was just like get us to sign a waiver, and
Right.
so we weren't going to sue. I think they gave us some chips, and then just sent us on our way, stinking of weed and full of coke and like,
English chips, like battered filet cod.
Doug Stanhope, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be the chips. That's fish and chips. They're potato
Joey
chips. Chips are
Pringles
the
gets
same
paid
thing.
in chips.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good night, everybody. I'll show myself out.
You really shouldn't even be welcome back and I didn't even think about it till I was starting to count how many beds and couches we were going to need for the company for New Year's Eve because no one's going to be driving later. And then I remember last time you were here, you did you don't take a dump on a tour bus. That's something everybody knows. And the same rules apply for what we call the rape trailer. I fake
It's
vintage
soiled.
Shasta.
It's
you
soiled
don't
now.
fuck people. I won't even let 2 people stay in there because it's such a piece of shit. I don't even let fat people stay in there. Joby is the heaviest person And somehow, not only did you get laid, what do you weigh? I don't know, and don't tell me in stone.
It's somewhere between like a lot and it's.
And then you brought a girl in there, like it barely gets used anyway for a reason, because it's just a really shoddy built. And somehow you fucked a girl. Like, just imagine you fucking is hard enough. But the fact that you did it in the rape trailer.
Uncircumcised, you dirty man.
And a fucking hippie girl who, God love her. I question her hygiene.
Oh no, she was not hippie down there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You told me she
Shaved for you.
Yeah, because she's a girl that like full armpit hair when you're at the pool, and you go, I don't want to see what the fucking spider looks like down there. But she did still. You don't fuck in the rape trailer. It's a decoration, for Christ's sakes, basically.
So does he not know I did it in his pool as well?
No,
I don't care
not
about
until
the
just
pool.
now.
Oh, okay.
The pool is fine. It's chlorinated. Birds shit in the pool. Bad things happen in the pool. The pool is
it was
made
a
of
bad
water.
thing.
It was a bad thing.
It was a total bad
It was a
thing.
bad thing.
That's but that was, and you got laid twice. I'm always amazed that there's a few people we've had down here. I won't name names, but they like, how are you getting laid repeatedly?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to name names just because I don't want the girls to be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, don't say him because I fucked him. But so was the double date? This is the one I don't even know about.
Well, after this girl, we left here and went back to Joby's for a couple of days before I flew home. And he said like a few days before that he was going to set us up on a double date.
Yeah, just a girl that I'd gone out on a couple of dates with. She said, "Well, I got a friend, and I might hook them up." I said, "All right, what does she look like?" She's like, "Oh, she's pretty, yeah," and then kind of trailed off.
Yeah,
and
really trailed off.
Yeah, didn't.
I learned that. I learned that with prostitutes when you're getting them out of the classified ads, where it just says, 120 pounds, 5'5", blonde hair, whatever bust size.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just create the image around that frame where you
you're always
it doesn't
disappointed.
say 51 years old, mother of 6. Your bra size is that's what it is when you're holding them up. But once you take that bra off, it's long rather than a. Anyway, the girl is pretty. And
Well, I don't want to sound like I'm being a dick when I talk about it because I'm a big fat ugly fuck. So I mean, I have no right to be judging any of them, but I will.
not that ugly.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
You're
go
very
ahead.
charming.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Hi, Brian. So we go out on this date, some Italian restaurant.
You go to mimosas,
Sierra Vista.
for a pizza and whatnot.
And she
Sierra Vista. It's probably like what is it? What's the Olive Garden? That's all it is. It's a military-based town with box stores and nothing great.
Mm-hmm.
So
we see her, and she's like 6 foot tall, ginger.
And I know you hate gingers. I don't know what it is about you. You're racist, but that's okay.
that's the only race they have over there to hate. It's
Right.
common enough. It really is.
And she's I don't want to say she's hideous because that sounds pretty awful, but she was hideous. Like freckly and like got that kind of like broad like mom body, like sort
big
of
boned
no,
Amazon.
like no definition, no hips, just like square.
Yeah.
And so we have this meal. We go back to Joby's house. Me and Joby ignore the women all night. We're singing Roger Klein songs to each other. But, like I spent the whole night giving her shit, like just making fun of her, calling her ginger,
And she
like,
loved it.
She was getting pissed off at times. She was getting like shitty and giving me.
Oh, it
fucking-
worked then.
Oh yeah, she was giving me dirty looks and getting annoyed and at the end of the night I was like I had to go like tactically throw up a couple of times because I drank too much and I went and like threw up in the toilet, came back and she was just there waiting for me like a little puppy. And I came back and then just went, right, I've got to fly tomorrow at like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 a.m. I'm going to bed. Good night. And just left and just like completely ignored her. Didn't really acknowledge her. Just went straight to bed. Got in bed. And like 2 minutes later, she just comes in after me and just fucking goes to town. She's like, she was fucking, she was crazy. And like, so we
That's a great. The beautiful part of that story is, if a woman were talking about this, like, my friend set me up with this guy, and he's this big fat loser. And all night long, I just kept telling him, "You're a fucking fat dingleberry." How you think I would ever? That story never ends with. And then I fucked him anyway.
Nice.
Well, if the story was reversed, it was rape. You know, I mean, if it's a guy just bursts in, like,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
If a guy bursts in and goes to town, it's a felony.
Yeah.
And he was probably drunk at that point, taking advantage of
I
the
could
kid.
not have given consent at that point.
Again,
Litigation.
a lawsuit.
Yeah.
You could have had a civil suit. You could have Cosby'd her out. I'm going to the Bisbee Observer with this chunk of gossip, and I'm going to ruin your career. Speaking of, we're going to go to the Bisbee Observer. I fucking I massaged that segue. But we're going to take a quick break so we can smoke. We're going to be back with the, you know what? We're going to talk about the cops.
Yep.
Fucking, it's been a bad year for cops. We're going to talk about what the shit that's going on right here in Bisbee, right after this piss and a cigarette. And mopping up a spilled drink.
Yep.
Great news, kids. The much neglected merch page on my much neglected website has been taken over by Greg Chaley. So we have tour t-shirts, podcast t-shirts. We have Pop Off Vodka Presents t-shirts. Get them before we get sued, before we get the cease and desist. And a whole shitload of CDs and DVDs that span a lifetime. A sad, tragic, bloated lifetime of my fucking horrible thoughts and pontifications. So help me get that shit out of my crawl space. Thanks for that. And now, back to the podcast, previously recorded. All right, this podcast, since it's the end of the year, we get to plug a couple of the classics. Sax Underpants made a great Christmas present for a lot of people with hangy balls around here. Get your Sax Underpants. That's Sax with a double X, S-A-X-X. Sax! Ah! Ruler of the underpants. And, of course, Pop Off Vodka. We'll talk about more about Pop Off Vodka and such. Plastic jug vodka. Get yourself a nice plastic jug of vodka this New Year's Eve at Safeway here in Bisbee. You get $9.99 for a handle. That's a 1.75, and you understand the metric system, so you know how much that is. Hack.
That's enough.
That's a lot. $9.99. $9.99 for a 1.75. What would that cost in Nottingham?
Like about 50 quid.
Which is about $70.
Yeah.
$80.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I have a retirement plan. It's $9.99 and $9 even if you buy 6 or more at a time. Yes, sir. Plastic jug vodka. Enjoy your New Year's Eve on a budget.
That's your thrifty shopping tip from Doug
And I
Stanhope.
squeeze my own grapefruit juice. You know what? It's not it's the fucking mixer that counts.
It's
really
the
is.
love you put into it, I
Yes.
think.
Yep, put your heart into your mixer. And now we're going to go to the Bisbee police beat.
Year end.
You know what? There's a lot of problems. Ferguson. Where else? Cleveland, New York City, cops,
LA.
Los Angeles. Bad cops are everywhere. And it doesn't end there. Every week we get the Observer, the Bisbee Observer. That's our newspaper. It comes out every Thursday. And at the end of the year, we have the best of the police beat. So I'm just going to read you some of the fucking problems that we have to deal with down here. Let me start with a good one.
Real.
Let me start with one of the
real problems.
these are all calls fielded by the Bisbee police. I'll start with local. This is because it's our
Okay,
street.
yeah.
A man called from Van Dyke Street stating he brought a woman with him from Tucson, doesn't know her name or her whereabouts, but knows that she owes him money.
That could have happened anytime.
No
here.
justice,
Yeah.
no peace.
No justice.
3 males were observed playing basketball at Saginaw Park. The problem was that one was waving a large butcher knife during the activity. You think you got it bad in the hood? So I should be a rapper living this kind of existence. Day to day, this is what I have to walk through. I have to look over my shoulder. A San Jose Drive resident reporting a man lying down hang on, let me start this over. I read as bad as Bill Burr. A San Jose Drive resident reported a man lying down in his front yard with the ability to turn invisible. Police checked, but he was gone on arrival.
So it checks out.
Yeah.
These are all legitimate. Like, I'd love to just work the switchboard at dispatch for the Bisbee police just for a week. What we got? While shopping in Safeway, a woman was unaware that out in the parking lot, someone broke her vehicle's left tail light. In a Humpty Dumpty kind of twist, she found all the broken pieces placed on top of her vehicle as if for reassembly.
I give credit to the writer there.
I
They
can't
made a
breathe.
connection there.
Yeah, no, there's
Humpty Dumpty like twist.
yeah,
That's
the
well
wri-
written.
The writer sells.
Bisbee lives matter.
Bisbee lives matter. A grandmother on Bisbee Road allegedly threatened to make her visiting grandson, age 6, hitchhike home to Sierra Vista.
The little shit.
Meth is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it goes on and on. Would you do a couple more?
Yeah.
A woman on Old Douglas Road noticed a white male subject in his 30s looking in her yard. When she asked if she could help him, the man threw an apple at her.
Johnny Appleseed at the end of his run.
Yeah, that would be a police shooting elsewhere. Oh yeah, he brandished an apple, man. I don't know. It could have been a grenade. Acquitted. So yeah, that's the Bisbee cops.
That could have been the fruit of the loom.
Yeah. I love it when he gets himself.
If you could not hear that, Brian just eviscerated himself with the joke, that could have been the fruit of the loon. See, it's funnier when Brian laughs at it. A group of males were reported acting loud and unruly on Naco Highway. The responding officer counseled the young men on the use of proper language.
Fuck the cops.
See, I shouldn't have started with the great ones. Jesus was seen in front of the park breaking things, according to a caller on Brewery Avenue. A porta potty in the middle of the road caused a traffic hazard in Hereford. You're not Hereford anymore. You're Sierra Vista. So yeah, we'll get to more of these in the next podcast. I saved a couple of fucking beauties. I don't know what this goes into.
No.
You're a
that's a
suspect
tough-
now. Fucking Hack's a suspect in any of these because you're the closest we have to a minority.
Yeah.
And you're not, no one even knows what you are. You're
I don't even know.
No, he keeps saying, "Oh, yeah, like us white people." I said, "No, I don't know us. You're not white."
yeah.
His landlord's trying to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm getting there.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry. This is why he has to put Ritalin in his socks, because they're going to pat him down without the accent. You might even be faking the accent. You might not even be. So, yeah, you live with a Nazi party guy?
Yeah, I live I live with a guy who's a he's a very heavy, staunch UKIP voter. For those who don't know what that is, it's like the English.
Isn't that Brian? When I did that pilot for the BBC,
Yes.
Doug Stanhope Go Home, I interviewed a guy from that party, right?
No, you were at that point. The BNP was still going, so you were with the BNP.
Okay, but it's the same type of thing.
It's basically the same thing.
Build a wall, keep these fuckers out of the
Yeah.
country, and you, I guess, look like one of those fuckers.
Like Browns. You look like the Browns.
He's been, since I moved in with him, he's been trying sort of systematically to find out where I'm from. And, really sort of subtly asking me, like, so where were you brought up? It's like, oh, yeah, just down the road in Nottingham. It's like, oh, where were your parents from? It's like, oh, just not Nottingham. It's like, oh, yeah.
Do you pick your roommates, or are they arranged like Indian weddings?
No, I got it.
How do you...
I got it off like sparerooms.com, and like I was excited to get out where I was living, so I found somewhere else, and it's it's fucking cheap, and it's a big house, but it's full of one big dickhead. I really hope this doesn't get to him, because then I'll.
Does he know you as Hack Oddity?
No.
Which a nickname, by the way, I didn't even recognize at first, and
That
you
I
had to
stole-
tell me a million times because
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah.
Was from one of my old bits.
I stole my nickname 10 years ago from one of your bits. Yeah.
Yeah, the two-headed baby thing.
Yeah.
And that regular conjoined twin is like a Hack Oddity. We've seen it before, and I never put that together. And even after he explained it to me, because I'm always drunk when I talk to people, and I forget, and they tell me again.
Yeah, I stole the nickname Hack, which kind of works.
You'd have to.
Fitting. How fitting is that?
Yeah.
How long
He's
have you
the
lived
real
with the
deal.
Nazi?
Like 3-4 months, something like that. He wanted to. He decided the other day he'd read in the newspaper that like the most popular English name was Muhammad. So he'd read that in the newspaper. That made him really mad. He was pissed. So he came in. He was like shouting at me about it. So I've just read this in the newspaper. I'm going to go and put a load of English flags outside all of the windows. Because I'm like, well, I will be moving out if you do that. And he's like, oh, but it's not racist. It's just patriotic. And it's like, well, no, if it was patriotic, you'd have done it while there was an English football game on. You're doing it to scare away the Browns. There's
You're just a vague tint of brown. You can be anything. Do you know what you are?
No idea. I'm white, technically.
Well, your family's white. Your
Oh, my
sister's
family's
blonde hair.
Blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I went to a Greek restaurant and you served me, I wouldn't say this is not authentic, nor
Yeah.
would I with Mediterranean food or.
Yeah, my grandparents were like travelers, like, maybe came from like Romany, gypsy kind of thing somewhere. But no idea.
Yeah, well, that's very American of you to have no fucking idea what you are or care.
I mean, the simplest explanation is just my mum got some black dick on holiday. Like, but she denies it, so who am I to judge?
All right, Death Pool, you're in 6th place.
I am.
Yeah, you're not doing horrible.
This is Death Pool is a big day for us. I'm way out of the running. I've phoned in my picks this year. I took some stupid chances. But there's a big bonus for New Year's Eve day.
Last call.
If you get a December 31st death, there's a huge bonus. I would need 2 people to die, so I'd get the daily double and the last call bonus, and I still would probably maybe make it into the money in 5th. Maybe.
No, you would be probably 3rd at that
It'd
point.
have to be solo pick,
Yep.
daily double, and last call bonus to even come close.
Right.
But we do keep hitting refresh on Wiki.
It's
deaths
going on
2000.
all day. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's a
till
rough one.
midnight. We were just hoping for 2 people. Ralphie May, you don't want to do 2 shows on New Year's Eve. Come on, man. take the coward's way out. I could get suicide. I don't think I'd get solo pick. Everyone jumped. I found a vein. I'm not going to go into what I've found, but I found a vein of, like, one year porn stars. Who knows porn stars? And I was asking around and got nowhere. But yeah, no, I can't let it out. It's the worst part about fucking Death Pool is you cannot talk about Death Pool.
Yeah, don't let
Give
out
away
your
your
secrets at
secrets.
all. No, you went through a phase where I'm going to do all black football players and hoping they kick it in February.
the average of it was NFL linemen, have an average age of like mid 50s of dying.
53, I think.
And then if you have a black one during Black History Month, so I was doing all black linemen from the 80s. Not all, but I
The Rosie Greer
chunks.
effect.
I think I'm going to go with a lot of classics this year because since we've started Death Pool, there's all these people that you thought were already dead that, like the easy ones, and I think I'm going to take at least a half dozen of the easy ones because
the
they're
Jerry
still alive.
Lewis's and
I'm not even saying their names, but yeah, we'll just use Jerry Lewis as an example.
Yeah.
Of all those people the people you thought were already dead. Yeah. So I'm going to take a bunch of those, but I found a vein that no one's going down that road, and hoping for the best.
I will finish your petitions as soon as I can, and yeah, it's a new year. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, to call out because one fucking guy has just because you started the trade round thing, which is makes it then you have to pay attention all year, which for a lot of people that's a nice pastime. For me, that's a pain in the ass.
The guy that has really made this game his own, he's made it because of those trade rounds. Right,
I met the dude in New York City. He came to a
Michael
show.
Wilk, Mother Scratcher. He's killing. I think he's got 900 points or something plus.
14 out of 20 kills.
All right, but yeah, 14 out of 20 hits, but only 9 of them are from trade rounds. 5 are original picks.
Only 5 original picks.
Yeah.
So he's really working your system.
He's working the system.
That destroyed being lazy. That was the. I love it because you can just do all the research at the beginning of the year.
Set it and forget it. That's the problem though, is that it makes people more, active on the site and more active into the game.
Yeah, and I appreciate people who play Death Pool are probably sad, lonely people that are looking at a gun and a television set and then going, hey, what's a healthy way for me to do this? I'll just play Death Pool.
See, we're saving lives.
Yeah, it's just like, Grand Theft Auto. Well, it's better they're playing the game than doing it. Like my old bit about child pornography. I'd rather a guy's jerking off in his basement watching it than actually trolling a schoolyard. So it is a public service that we're doing here for you. America, the world. We have 22 people in 22 countries.
Yeah, 1,600 people in 22 countries playing this year.
Do you know what the biggest league is?
The biggest league, I think, is about 70 people.
Wow.
80 people, something like that.
You can't get 5 or 10 friends together to play Death Pool.
There's tons that have like 2 or 3 in it, and I think the averages are around maybe 10 to 15 people per league.
I'm taking a lot of fucking spite picks this year.
You better, yeah.
Yeah, there's times where you don't want to celebrate that death. Yeah. So I'm taking a lot of people I fucking hate that I think are random enough that.
Well, I have to phone in most of my picks because I see all the petitions, so I just do the generic, random picks that, anyone
George
can.
H.W. Bush.
Yeah, but I'm in 4th place because they were all solo picks that no one else.
Everyone goes, everyone's going to have that.
Everyone's going to have that person. I'm not going to get them, and they were all solo. So.
Wait, you're in like 4th place, right?
Yeah, I'm in the money.
What's the top 5 for our league? We bet. We have our own betting system. You can set up yours however you like.
But yeah, first through 5th pays out 45%, 25, 15, 10, 5%. So
shout out, give some shout outs to the leading leagues, leading players.
Let's go through we're actually ours is in the top 10, but 10th place is Baltimore Rendering Agent. In 10th, Doug Stanhope's Vulture Club at 9.
We're only in fucking 9th place in a league we started.
I know.
We gotta
Waiting for God. 8th, Revenge of the Lesbian Vomit. Remember Lesbian Vomit?
Sell these, will you? Don't mumble the names. Sell them. Make them feel
Revenge
important.
of the Lesbian Vomit.
You know what? Get Chad Shank over here.
Yeah.
Chad Shank, will you do the top 10?
Read through it.
Top ranking funeral homes.
10th first.
Coming in at number 10.
Yeah.
Baltimore Rendering Agent. Number 9, Doug Stanhope's Vulture Club. Number 8, Waiting for God. Godot.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. That doesn't translate. Number
What's
7.
the emphasis on the name of the team?
What? I don't.
That is the name
That
of the
isn't.
team.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying the boys.
No.
Coming in 7th.
Coming in 7th, Revenge of the Lesbian Vomit.
There you go.
Number 6, Boog 3. Number 5, Mr. Gabe Fonseca's Funeral Home.
I like that one.
Number 4, 1, 2, Fuck You. Number 3, Asterisky Business.
That's Welky.
Oh, that's well.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2, F You to Death. And coming in at number
Number
1, You Can't Spell Funeral Without Fun.
That Dick Scott, he's one of our big fans, but he's doing well. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so and the top 5 players, individual players.
Individual players, Mother Scratcher, obviously. Wilk is
Oh wait, Mother Scratcher. Now, and he's in like 9 different funeral homes or something.
right.
Every time I look at the site, I
He
just
is,
see
yeah.
Mother Scratcher everywhere. So
He is. Waniger is in 2nd. Holden is in 3rd. That's the top 3 that are like. As
that's our big
Holden.
big swinger, Melissa Holden.
Yeah, she's killing it like 580 or something like that with 9-10 pigs.
Yeah,
something.
and with
So-
2 babies still
And she's-
nursing, she still gets around and has. And I'm in fucking 13th place.
Yeah.
I do nothing with my life. She's feeding babies and picking dead people.
And she
I feel
doesn't even,
ashamed.
Yeah, last year she had 11 hits, but all of those were without the trade round.
Right.
So she's just a monster. She does tons of
Okay,
research,
so start. You don't have to get your picks until January 15th.
or whenever your
Get 'em
league
in as
starts,
soon
but
as- yeah.
get them in. We'll be starting everything up. We have a grace period because we have to give it a week for the wiki deaths to get to us for December 31st.
Right.
Because
some people don't get
it gets announced.
Yeah,
3-4
you get
days
some
late.
fucking Pakistani cricketer. It's
Yeah.
not splash headline news. We have to wait a week to find out that guy's dead.
It was
So-
big there. It just wasn't.
And plus, you're coming out of the holidays. You got shit to do. So you have till the 15th of January to, well, actually, you can start a league anytime during the year, but start with us because, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. 15th's the kickoff date. So let's see. Where is it? Chad Shank, you're in
I'm at 6th.
Yeah. Jack and Dino's in 5th. I'm in 4th. Jimmy G is in 3rd.
Did he pay?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And Junior Stopka is holding that 2nd hard.
Junior Stopka, by the way, that's something I always forget. He's going out on the road with JT Habersat and Mishka Shabali. I don't know where you go to find out. JT Habersat.
Yeah, no, it's
fucking spell it?
jtcomedy.com.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
easy. Okay,
JT
jtcomedy.com.
Yep.
Find out about that tour because that's a monster. JT
Yep.
Mishka Shabali, who does the opening song, has the best drunkard songs of all time.
Amazon single bestseller recently kind of thing. And
go look up
Yeah.
if you like the opening songs. Most of his shit is that good. So yeah,
and
check him out.
Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool is presenting his last tour and then this one.
Yes.
So
So there you go.
yep.
Yeah,
We're good to go.
because I'm not going to be out there anytime soon. If fucking Junior Stopka doesn't start selling tickets, I'm not going back out on the road, you motherfuckers. All right, that might not be true. For now, I'm retired. Anything else we need to bring up?
No, I think that's really the nuts and bolts of it. I've got nothing. Joe Cocker just died.
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple plugs because I've actually, since I've been off for a month, watched some comedy on Netflix and the et ceteras. And Jim Norton's new one, Bill Burr's new one. I wish I remembered the titles, but find them. Joe Rogan's, he's got one on Comedy Central.
That's fantastic.
It's very good, fucking wicked good. And he filmed it in a club, which I love. I hate fucking theater. Watching theater, it kills the timing of. I know how this guy would sound if he's playing at the Comedy Cellar, and there's not a. It sounds like the State of the Union address. You don't have to clap after every premise. Let him get to the bit. Rogan did it in a club, so it's tight. And Lewis Black, who sometimes I just forget about him, and I watched his, and he owned that fucking room. Like, He just, he made you feel like a young comic. Like you still have a long way to go and a lot to learn. Fucking Lewis Black, really, really impressive. So I wanted to mention those guys. Find them. I got the Patton. Hennigan just got me Patton Oswalt's new CD.
How is that?
He said it's great. I have to wait.
Is
I have to
it?
wait till I'm doing a road trip because I can't
Okay.
listen to comedy on a CD unless I'm driving. So that's that. You guys, anything you guys want to plug?
No, just dscdp.com. We're at Stanhope CDP on Twitter. Facebook, you can follow us. If you want to, your Twitter. Or...
You can find me at Andy Ferrato
Yep.
on Twitter.
He'll never use it.
I
He's
barely
British.
use it,
You
but-
don't fucking use Twitter over there.
No,
You will be using it to find a house soon now that he's giving you.
probably.
Thanks for talking off mic.
Yeah.
You can lean into that mic if you want to.
Jimmy can fix it.
All right. Well, that's. I guess that's
That's
a podcast. Happy New
Clink,
Year, ladies
clink.
and gentlemen, and we'll be back next week with the thing we're about to tape in a minute. Hey, for one last time in 2014, or for the penultimate time, can we just play the Matoid?
Play it.
Party time. Party time. Party time. Party time. Drink your drinks and eat your eats. It's party time. Laugh your laughs and heat your heats. It's party time. Smile your smiles and blue your blues. It's party time. Dance your dance and shoe your shoes. It's party time. Howl your howls and suck your socks. It's party time. Yeah. Oh baby, grab your craps and fuck your fucks. It's party time. Grab your craps and fuck your fucks. It's party time. Everybody, grab your craps and fuck your fucks. It's party time. One more. Grab your craps and fuck your fucks. It's party time. Here we go. Party time. Yeah. Party time. Party time. Yeah. Party time. 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 Hey. Party time. Yeah. Party time.
And since we're doing 2 of these in a day that will air a week or a few days apart, since we opened with the usual Mishka Shabali and closed with the usual, as we are about to close with the Matoid, on the next one, we're going to open with a different Mishka Shabali song and close on a different Matoid. So stay tuned for that. But until then, here's the usual, play the Matoid. Yeah, I want to